ROC did everything they could to avoid this match. They tried their best to throw as hard as they could against Blade, but they couldn't do it, and now they are stuck against Once Again. Nobody wants to play with Once Again. Nobody wants to hang out with Once Again. They're so lonely. They're so sad. So lonely for them, but now they finally have a plaything. Here we go. ROC versus Once Again. So far, nobody has taken a map off of Once Again. They are lossless. They have banned Pharah to start. ROC were banning the Brigitte. A solid target ban onto Mew. And it looks like it's going to be Kiriko, Lucio, Winston. Interesting. Usually you see the Ana, but not this time. And it'll be Ana Lucio out of ROC. It seems like they like that Ana Lucio. I think we've seen them play that in the past. There's an initial nade on the Bellis. Sorry, that was Gushwei, actually. Oh, the boop off! No, Mew got that immediately onto Dia? Okay, I thought Bellatrix was one anti there, but no, that was Gushwei, and then Mew gets that boop, and that's first fight for Once Again, I believe. That's insane. What was that rollout? Okay, Shy has this shot available. Once again, they prefer Sojourn. Shy really likes the Sojourn over the cast. So we've seen a lot of cast teams lately. Now you get to see some of the Sojourn, and you get to see that matchup. That's probably one of the more interesting things we're going to see throughout this match. Dia's taking a lot of damage. ROC, they're taking so much damage on their walk-up here. They have to use their nade defensively, I believe. And now Dia's trying to chunk Gushwei's HP, but there's the Suzu to keep him alive. Mew's able to get Dia again. 2 times in a row. Shine's able to finish off Langsa, trying to, like, int in there for a trade, I believe. And honestly, like, Once Again can look for staggers now. Okay, Bellatrix is just going to try and dive point. 2 fights in a row so far for Once Again. They're not messing around. I mean, ROC, they're not bad for sure, but Once Again are a step up. Both support ults for both teams. Dia is not even close to Deadeye. He's died so quickly every fight. There's the defensive beat at a Langsa. So much aggression out of Once Again. Look how fast they're going. Langsa's dead already. And then there's Chu. The backline's gone. Dia gets Mew, so Dia finally gets a kill. Choice of one, trades Monk. Okay, backline's traded. We actually have a fight on our hands, but Dia's going to take a lot of damage there. Gushwei, perfect jump. Bellatrix is a trade. Shy, super close. Leaves out to get Choi. And now it's a 2v1. The Winston Tracer versus just the Winston. There's the Primal. Gonna try and push through. Primal from Gushwei. Neck to neck. Just backlines traded. Hit scans traded. And now it's like a frontline battle on point. But Gushwei's gonna win it out. Now we're gonna straight up just jump for the backline. We're gonna keep going. Gushwei. Ooh, almost a mistake. First save 1. Heading to point. Gonna be the first touch. Now Bellatrix jumping in. Kitsune's down. Bellatrix is gonna die. It's a mistake. Big mistake. Big mistake. Jumping directly into the Kitsune. Chu's dead. Next is going to be Dia. And now it's just Choi. It's up to Choi to try and get a contest. Can he get it? Nope. No contest. That was his first Pulse Bomb. Dia didn't even get a chance to use his Deadeye. 100-0 on Gardens. Okay. We still have Shy on this Sojourn. I'm surprised to see that Once Again are actually on Kiriko Lucio rather than Ana Lucio. I'd really expect them to be an Ana Lucio team. Langsa on Kiriko I feel like is really bad for ROC. I do not like the Ana Kiriko here. But yeah, Mew. Oh wait, Mew's dead. Ooh, what were Mew and Shy doing? What was that flank? Once Again kind of trolled there. To be honest, I think the timing was maybe off. The execution was off. Like all of ROC turned on them. That is a fight loss, but not too big of an issue. Monk's gonna jump off the map. Quick reset. Gonna work towards this Kitsune for the next fight. Because once you have this like self nano, you know, it's like so much damage. Yeah, there goes Gushwei. There goes Monk. And this is just like the nano to the cast, and then the Ana can't die during that. So, especially when you don't have Brig available, the self nano can be super useful to like actually be able to stabilize. ROC able to take it back with a nano there. Once again, not able to get the value they wanted out of their Kitsune, so we'll see. Aggressive beat, hallway in. Monk's able to take down Dia. Monk's able to take down Chu. Both backline targets, the Kiriko. Going for the carry. Bellatrix is able to get Mew probably here. No, never mind. That's actually really funny. Mew just lives. Slightly diabolical there. No way. He's still chasing Mew. He finally gets Mew, but Bellatrix is gonna die here. Oh, no, he has Primal. Okay. Oh, Shy's dead. Okay. Yeah, Mew got, like, chased around the map. Mew probably should have wrapped around and went point, rather than, like, went back the same way he came. I don't know exactly what happened back there, but yeah. That was a little rough. Overclock, walking in, all of ROC kited. They just completely run away. You have Choi, who's going to use the Pulse Bomb, and that's, like, one of the only ults ROC has. They're trying to build up to a nano now. Once again, Cap, but Gushwei just needs to shut down the Ana here. Gushwei needs to play super aggressive. That's what he's going to do. He's on the Ana. Good target focus. Okay, there's the nano, though. It's just... once again, we're a bit too slow there. It's really a back and forth here on Night Market. That nano cast seriously is like a problem. It is just so much of a problem. But now Leave has that Pulse Bomb, Monk has that Kitsune. One good Pulse and like a solid Kitsune, that wins this fight, and that pretty much wins the map here. So you have to be really careful. Ult advantage is in once again's favor. They're going to go directly to the point. They're probably going to drop the Kitsune here. Guxue's anti super low is going to live. There's the flip for once again at this point. If they win the fight, they win the match. ROC, they're able to kite it. But there's, I think Shy's behind them. Shy just slides in there with the Suzu, with the support of a Suzu. People saying, oh, Suzu's only reactive. Nah, that was proactive. That was a proactive Suzu. He's just throwing the Suzu on Shy. He runs in there, gets 3 kills. Sure, that works. Beat used. Now it's just the primal on point. The absolute aggression from once again. Super impressive. Super solid. ROC definitely put up a fight there on that second round. But here, they're just fighting a losing battle now. This isn't going to happen. You have the Kiriko as that target for the Tracer. The point is capped. 10 kill streak apparently for Leave. Pretty solid. He just didn't die for a very long time, I guess. He was living that entire time. Pretty solid. Good for the Tracer player. And that's once again with map number 1. Once again, playing very slowly. You just want to push card here. That's how you play the dive here in the mirror to start. A lot of teams try and jump the high ground too early. That's one of the most common mistakes I see here. You see how Guxue is literally just forcing cart and jumping out? Like, you would think he's doing nothing. And that's what a lot of players feel like they're doing, so they try and jump this high ground immediately. That's actually a bad idea. And then, like, after this, see, now that the cart's further up, we go for the jump on high ground. Guxue, able to get out of there. Full HP. Totally okay. So if you scrim this map, if you play the Winston comp, keep that in mind. You don't want to jump immediately to the high ground. It's a straight throw. Okay, good fight from ROC. Shy's able to get a kill, though. Chu's dead. Oh my goodness, Langsid's dead, too. Oh, wow. Okay, the backline's going to be staggered coming back here. They both have ultimates, but once again, should be able to come back and just get some free cart push, at least some space here. They won't be shoved at the choke. So those 2 kills, they're pretty important, even though they happened at the end of the fight. Once again, should push forwards pretty fast, though. You see, once again, are in now. They're in. So ROC could not hold super close. There's the nade on Bellisria. Forced to primal. Troy drops the pulse. Misses. Bellisria's trying to get on the Ana. Stunned by the Brig. Already low. Kitsune, used by ROC. It's a back and forth. Mew finally taken down by the Nano. Bellisria. Shy as well. I mean, you know, Monk does get that sleep, but it looks like this is going to go the way of ROC. This is going surprisingly well for them, actually. This is a little concerning. And, you know, again, like, on this first point particularly, you can set the Ana super far back, and I think that's basically what we're doing here. Like, oh, we don't need a Brig because we're setting our Ana super far back. To be fair, that is a weakness in its own right, because your Ana cannot play aggressive. No aggression from your Ana, no aggressive nades. You have to literally, like, camp the Hoi back there. You see the Soj is back there, too. I guess that's, like, why... I guess that's the strategy with the Soj, too, because Soj can sit back there. Now we're trying to go more aggressive. This is a risk. Dia should be fine, though. Okay, Bellisria's able to get 2. Guxue's able to trade. It's still winnable for once again. They're keeping themselves in this, although this is looking rough. Langsa just climbs up from the cliff and kills Monk from behind. Chu's gonna live. Wait! C9? C9? Wait, what happened? Wait. I wasn't paying attention to the... Yeah, I guess that was just a straight back cap, though. Yo, what? That's fair and square. That wasn't even, like, the most atrocious C9 I've seen, because I think, you know, ROC were under a lot of pressure there. It was a pretty even fight to begin with. Leave slept and dead to Langsa. Used the pulse, missed it, and just dead. Now Shy, overclock. Once again, are going to try and find an opening, try and find a pick with this. Any sort of trade. Langsa's dead, though. It's not looking too good. Yeah, Choi, there's 2 kills. Shy, Guxue. Gonna keep pushing forward. Nade onto Mew. Mew and Monk just trying to stabilize here. Mew's dead to Choi as well. Choi not able to get that final kill. Chu steals it. Onto Monk. 2 minutes left. Not a ton of time to work with here. Once again, they need to play their cards carefully. They have the Nano available. You can use that to get a bit of space, but Bellisria is going to trade with his own Primal. He might even just get Nanoed first and save the Primal for late fight. I think that'd be even smarter. So, like, ROC have a lot of resources. You want to try and drain them, and you want to stay stable with this rally. So it's really just about, like, okay, let's pressure their backline, get these ults out, and then stable with Mew. And there's a lot of pressure on Mew, unless Mew just dies to a fucking headshot. I mean, if that happens, then you're just screwed. Yeah, okay, Shy gets a shot into Choi. Guxue lives, but there's no push here for once again. I mean, the fight's dead in the water. Now Shy is probably going to get staggered. Yeah, that's no good. The Sojourn forced away. The slide is used. There's the Nano onto the Soj, actually. And then there's how you deal with the primal there. You have the stable with the rally, but Guxue completely split off. Guxue should be more aware that his backline's going to be under so much pressure. How did Monk end up back there? That must have been an insane juggle or something. Still a bit of a split in terms of, once again, and their playstyle there, their approach. The only saving grace is that ROC, they've committed plenty of ultimates. Look at this, 4 ultimates used. They only have Dia's overclock. So all you need to do here, aggressive primal, onto Dia, Guxue, all the pressure's on you now. Lengths, I guess, leave? What? And then, no, Chu's back here? What was Chu doing? That was like a straight up like Maka flank right there. A Maka on a flank. Now Guxue, you see he's looking for it. Just can't get on Dia completely. The overclock was used though. Leave gets Belisria. Okay. Once again, actually in a pretty good position here. I know it doesn't look like the best, but remember, ROC, no ultimates here. As long as, once again, don't C9, they can push the cart to the very end. Shy's gonna have the overclock before ROC build up to anything. Unless Choi, like, builds this pulse really fast and, like, kills Shy in a freak accident. Once again, should actually win. They should be pretty good off. Good boop onto the Winston. Nice, just protect Shy. Good headshot onto Dia. Now it's gonna be really hard to walk. Dia's dead. Okay, the Kiriko's next. The Suzu's been used. There we go. Lynx is dead. Really basic, really simple. I really liked the positioning from you there. I mean, understanding we need to pocket the Sojourn. We need to play for our Sojourn here. That's a good Lucio spot if you want to steal that. Help your hit scam player. Get the boop there. You really want to be there for that. Okay, once again, building up to their support ultimates. Guxue's going to get Choi. Nice pick early on. Free cart push. 1 minute left. Once again, need to play their cards right. I think normally when you're using a beat against a composition that is like so squishy like this and can't really stable, you want to use the beat aggressively. You're not using it defensively. Okay, early Kitsune, I like that. Keep the pressure up, right? Keep forcing cart push. The more cart push you get here, the better. You don't want it like halfway. So free cart push, you have RC, kite. And then Mew, once Mew has this beat here, you're just going to use it aggressively, maybe. Actually, once again, they're going to kite this Kitsune. Really nice. You know what? That's even better than what I was thinking. I thought they would keep going with the beat, but instead, they let Langsa use that Kitsune. They kited it. Now they can re-engage with the beat. We're going to see it probably in 3, 2... Actually, they don't need it. Belisri is dead. They don't need it. Never mind. Okay. We probably would have seen it, but now Dia nanoed. Oh, are we just beating in front of the Sojourn who's nanoed for fun now? Is this a hobby for Lucio players? Anyways, okay, we're gonna use the primal Guxue. Let's see it. You are the Winston player in China. I expect a lot from you. Shy, good follow-up on the Choi. And now, Dia's gone. Once again, it looks like they can complete the map. They came very close to C9ing there. I don't know if anybody noticed, but they step off the cart for a moment. Overtime tick went to like halfway, so if they didn't retouch there, they actually would have C9'd. They came super close to a C9. Okay. OA in a pretty good position, in a really good place. Here we go. Now, what I really like from some of the best Winston teams in the world, right, on Route 66, they like to place their Winston a little more forward and kind of take a soft hit here. A soft hit is like where we're not trying to kill anybody. We're just trying to pressure a space. We're trying to hold a space, and then we back off once we're pressured enough, right? Once we go through a bubble rotation, we can back off. See, bubble rotation, back off. Boom. We used our nade, we heal up, we get some nano, charge off of that. That's one of my favorite moves that I see good Winston teams do. I feel like you should never, ever give anything for free to your opponent. That's something I always tell the teams I coach, personally. And that's one of those examples of like, okay, we pressure every space, we force them to fight for every inch, including that very beginning area. A lot of teams just hold corner to start. They just hold this position you're seeing now. I like it. Make them fight for every inch of space. Now, it's a race to nano, as always, in a Winston neutral, as well as just like who makes a mistake first. Leave's able to get Choi. Looking for Langsa now. I think Leave heard me. Doesn't want to be outdone by Choi just yet. Belisri taking a ton of damage from behind. Doesn't have the primal or anything to bail himself out, so he is dead. He is in the spawn room. And now Leaves up close. Gets that rail shot out. Actually, a nice little strafe there. I don't know if you noticed, but he moved to the left a tiny bit to bait the rail shot. Overextension still, though. Guxue had to back out, so Leave's dead. So that was like a pretty big mistake from Leave, but very, very greedy Tracer player. Very aggressive Tracer player. Oh, Shy. What a shot in Choi, actually. Once again, in a good position to potentially full hold. They only used the nano previous fight. RC are going to have both support ultimates. They're not going to have level 3 perks yet. No double nano. That is actually something we need to keep in mind. Especially with the Kiriko. Because once again, can trade easier. if there's no double nano. Okay, Gushui forced a primal because of the Kitsune, but honestly, Kitsune for primal is like not the worst trade. And that's something else you can do with Kitsune. If the enemy Winston jumps in, you can just Kitsune and he dies, unless he has help, you know? In this case, he used primal to get out of it, but yeah, taking that trade on purpose, I guess. Shy also gets the better of Choi again. Feels like Choi like has a bad habit of generally getting caught by rail shots. I think we've seen that before with Choi. I'm not sure where, but yeah, now Belisari actually pretty nice primal. Shy's dead. Maybe able to get the brig. Oh, Mew's able to get out of there, but now a re-engage for once again is going to be pretty logistically difficult. You have Gushui in spawn, has to get back. 30 seconds though. No matter what, this was a good hold from once again. They should be able to re-engage with the rally, though. This initial rotation, it's going to be hit by ROC. It's going to be a overclock here. You'll see it. There it is. It's going to be rally to live it. Yep, there we go. And then Shy's going to re-engage with the overclock. And like 5, 4... Oh, no, we're just going to go immediately, actually. The timing was correct from him, though. I was too slow. 2 kills there. 3rd kill into Dia. Perfect, perfect, perfect. But yeah, that rally is the reason why once again could engage, to be honest. If they didn't have rally there, if they had wasted it previously or something, this would not be possible, because that initial rotation, that initial nano hit from Belisari would have just killed them. It would have been done. Rail 4K at the end for Shy, crazy. Yeah, it's just good old usage, you know? And knowing that they shouldn't engage with overclock was also smart, right? Once again, you know, they had the rally, they had the overclock. They knew that on the initial rotation, they're going to nano us. We're going to live with rally. We should not overclock immediately, because the overclock's not going to give value if you stack the two, because the overclock, you can't immediately push in. The fact that he saved overclock for a second, the re-engage with overclock, it's just, the timing was really good there. And then the Tracer was obviously contesting cart during that time. That's the Tracer's job. So the coordination there, the ult usage, like if once again you pop the rally and overclock at the same time, I'm not kidding, that would actually be worse. That'd be way worse. They probably could have lost that fight. That is a victory for once again, 2-0. Okay, let's go. Blizzardworld. This could be the final map once again. About to secure their spot at the Hangzhou LAN. Remember that whoever wins this match goes to the LAN. Once again, it looks like they're about to secure it. Unless it's a reverse sweep. And, you know, just to describe this match for anybody who's just tuning in now. There you go. Goodbye, ROC. Let's say one last goodbye to ROC. They're going to pull out the Ana Zen. Dia on the cast, not trying to mirror the Sojourn anymore. Shy's just sticking with his normal Sojourn. Once again, are on attack. I'm actually surprised. I believe the side that does not pick the map, so that'd be once again, they actually picked attack to start. So they actually picked to start on attack. Usually teams will pick to start on defense, but apparently they really want to rub it into ROC. They want to play more Overwatch. They don't want to full hold. They want to play with their food a little bit, you know? That's what they're going for. Oh, Gushui. Actually, the counter jump from Belisari there was pretty good. The counter jump from Belisari was pretty good. Okay, Langsa gets Shy. Good for his fight. Okay, yeah, you have Mew just walk in there, die. Monk somehow gets Choi. Okay, we're back into it. 1 minute 30 seconds left. I mean, this is technically winnable for ROC now. They're actually in a position where they could full hold. Belisari antied, backs off. That was a really good jump. That was a really good bubble too. I have to admit, ROC are playing this pretty well, but it's fine. Our goats once again will pull through. Belisari jumps in. Shy nanoed. Overclock. ROC. They kite. They run away. They are afraid. 2 ticks now for once again. A re-engage will have to come in. Belisari the first to touch. Now, leave. Looking for this backline here. Stunned in the back. Langsa takes Gushui down. Oh, the Zen is a problem. And now the rally kind of like booped away. The Ana and the Brig are split for once again. The Ana's off the map. Has to drop off. Actually, this is not looking great. Okay, Langsa gets leave. This is losable for once again. But it is no ults versus a Gushui Primal. Who wins? 1v5 Gushui. Let's go, Gushui. Let's go. Oh, Shy just gets a kill. Okay, never mind. We don't need you, Gushui. It's fine. No pressure. No pressure. No pressure. Oh, no, never mind. Gushui, we need you. Gushui. Gushui. Okay, leave. Nice. Let's go, leave. Let's go. Let's go, leave. Let's go. Okay, leave just Giga 3K. No primal needed. We're fine. We can have it for next fight. Yeah. Nice. Okay. Slept. Unfortunate. So much pressure on the Winston gameplay here. Oh, it's going to be primal here. Nice lead. Gushui, 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 Gushui. We need the pocket Gushui. Oh my goodness, Mew protecting Gushui with his life, not able to save him still. Dia gets the kill. Dia over to Ashe as well, okay. We have not seen any Ashe gameplay in like China at all, which is really surprising because Ashe again is like a super underrated pick in my opinion. Like we just saw people playing Cass, you know, but we're kind of ignoring the fact that we just want, like, we watched Nightmare just play Ashe all of, like, NA Grand Finals and just, like, pop off against the Soj from SSG. Dia, there's the headshot on the Monk. There you go. Early kill into the Ana. I like the Ashe. Ashe, super, super underrated. Bob is a super good ult, too. Like, it's like, there's not much bad to say about an Ashe pick here. Once again, they're having trouble rotating in. Their initial rotations in, like, they're just having trouble getting in. If they're able to, like, make their initial rotation through this area here, I think it's going to be a bubble. They're just going to try and bubble rotation to block the nade. Shy is going to take an angle here. It's going to be overclock on angle. Oh, but the Bob and the Pulse combined take down Guxue. All that focus, Diaz Bob gets 2. I think it's going to be a second point hold here for ROC. Okay. Okay, Langsa on the Mercy, question mark. All right, let's see what once again's defense looks like. Once again, are very aggressive, especially with their defensive holds. They like to play early. Oh, are they gonna, like, bubble this initial choke here? Ana Zen. Tracer, Widowmaker. Just for shot at a spawn, or are we staying this? I feel like, yeah, okay, it's just for shot at a spawn. Okay, yeah, Guxue is starting super, super close. Okay, the Tracer forced out. That Brig positioning, super interesting from you. Like, the whole setup is super close for that initial hit, and then after this... Oh, what a sleep! Got around the bubble there. That's a really hard sleep to hit, by the way. That was so impressive. I know that didn't look flashy, but that was super good. That was fight winning right there. Okay, Monk, close to Nano, way ahead of Chu, except, okay, Dia, the Ashe kill early on into Monk. That is a super, super important pick, because remember, like, Winston neutrals, it is a Nano race. And if your Ana's dead, she can't exactly Nano, or build Nano. So Chu now has a chance to build the Nano here, and then it's going to be Nanos traded, because Chu was behind originally. Now, we're waiting for Monk to get back. You see, he's walking back now. Okay, we just need an aggressive Nano from Chu now. Ooh, okay, Bellisria used his bubble early, that's a problem. Guxue, Nano. Okay, yeah, that was poorly played by Chu. Bellisria also wasted his bubble, I think, kind of early on there. Needed to get onto the backline way earlier, more aggressive. ROC played second there. They have Ana Zen. They cannot afford to play second. You know, they have no stabilization. They don't have a Brig. Chat, we have 4 ults. Pulse on the Shy. Almost ran into Mew there. Almost slid directly into Mew. Now, Guxue getting poked down. Nice. Okay, this is going to be forced primal now. Mew also forced to rally. A lot of ults committed from once again. Oh, what a primal, but still, that's not enough. Chu's able to finish Guxue off, and Bellisria, I mean, he doesn't get any kills with this primal, but it's good enough. Leaves able to get a nice pulse before dying to Choice of One. That's first point capped. This is dangerously close to a map 4 situation. I mean, once again, need to lock in. Okay, Mew gets Langsa. Wait. Dia's able to get leave. Dia, Bob's out. I mean, ROC might manage this here. It's the Transcendence, the Bob's on cart. Shy's able to get Choi. Once again, barely holding on. Oh, this is not looking good. Once again, still have a Nano, though. They might Nano Shy here. No! No, Shy's dead. Oh, you can't really Nano Guxue here. The cart might be forced as well. There's the Nano into Guxue. He's going to try and keep going. He doesn't have Primal, though. He might feed. Yeah, he can't push. He can't push. That's all the ults for once again used. Okay, Guxue forced away. Now it's Leave's job on... Oh, no, Leave is taken out immediately. Guxue's forced to jump earlier than he wants to. Shy has this rail shot. ROC are so nervous here. Playing really scared. Guxue has Primal now. Can hold on to the card a little bit longer, but really just stuck anchoring. He cannot go backline. I don't think he can. Oh, no, he's going to go backline. They're trading cart. Transcendence from Mew to protect Guxue. Nice. Really good trade there. I think it's the Tracer and cart right now, or maybe the Sojourn. Oh, Bellisria gets Shy. Oh, Guxue's dead. Wow. Okay. I guess we get a map 4. ROC do take a map. That was a rough map for once again. That was really rough. And ROC have won. All right. So the map pick for once again is Esperança, and once again are actually going to ban Ana to force a Kiriko Lucio dive mirror. ROC are going to ban Sojourn. There's that key Sojourn ban to target Shy. That's going to be interesting. I think Cass Kiriko Lucio then is that what this is going to look like? Maybe Juno. This will be an interesting map for sure, but we know that Kiriko Lucio Winston isn't something that once again are uncomfortable with, right? It's not something they dislike, so we'll see how they approach this here. Okay, Bellisria initially on this Winston pick. It's It's looking like it's going to go that direction. And Pharah from Troy, Tracer from Leave. The Pharah is a little slower here. Bellisria can't really go directly in. You have to be a bit more cautious, a bit more careful. Tracer more aggressive, allows you to get in there. But at the start here, the Tracer is kind of bad in this neutral. I don't know if you can tell, but it's like, where do I go from here if you're the Tracer, right? Like, you have to think from Leave's perspective. You can't go directly on this backline, who are the whole way back on that high ground. So RSC are just going to sit here in this neutral and poke, and chill, because that's what the Pharah is kind of good for, these middle neutral fights. Now, I think later on, though, as you get further into Esperança, the Tracer becomes more and more useful to take angles, force cart, things like that. So there are uses for the Tracer. This first neutral fight, though, I feel like the Tracer is a little harder to execute, a little more difficult. All the Tracer can do is really play defensively. Leave hasn't gone in the backline yet. Yep, he's just, okay, he's wrapping around, he's looking for it. Looks like they're setting up for a backline hit. Nope, Leave is still playing defensively. Look, you see his positioning? He's just sitting on the right there and just waiting. Here's the first aggressive hit. Leave is finally able to get in there on the Tracer, a little more aggressive. They built the Kitsune, actually. they built the whole way to Kitsune. Super slow. And RSC just kite it. They play very chill. They're only 20% of their own, 15% away now. It's their own Kitsune. There's the bubble to protect the Deadeye, and now Mew is pretty low. Mew should be able to get out, though. Okay, Mew's alive. Shy's able to get Choi. Mew's able to get Dia. There are your first kills. And Mew just barely escapes the grasp of Bellisria, and he should fall here in a second. No Primal to save himself. It's not like using Primal there would be a good decision anyways, unless you're trying to lose. DPS ultimates for once again, building up to the beat. The Primal as well. They're going to get checkpoint off this. That's good initial momentum. I always say it, the second fight is the most important in push. If once again win this here, it's going to be almost nearly unstoppable momentum. It's going to become a very difficult match for ROC to win. So ROC, it's like very important that they have to win this. And Gushui with that initial kill on Shu, that isn't looking good for ROC. And especially, you know, end picks, like exit picks kind of matter a lot on push as well. If, once again, don't lose a player, which it looks like they're not going to, then they can just keep pushing. I think they just have the momentum now. Kitsune's down for Monk. Choi's dead. Okay. Wow. It's just over. It's just over. Once that second fight was secured, I think once again have it. Gushui, Primal into Dia. Okay, let's hit it. Wait. Oh my goodness. You're welcome, chat. You're welcome, chat. Once again win. Is that a Hangzhou spark flag in the back? Yes, it is. It is. It is a once again flag. A Hangzhou spark flag. All of the above.